Screw it.
Hello.
Oh,
Screw it. Hello, everyone. This is Ronnie, Hart Pickers, and Chad, the Golden Finger Picker. No hat today.
no, I got my hair cut, man, so I go a few days.
Um,
It's a rule.
I gotcha. I gotcha. But what's up? How you doing?
Good. Having a great week. Motivated, excited, good mood. Nothing can get me down, baby. Get me going up to a wrap here. Dude, I went and got my eyes done, right? And they says, oh my gosh, you are blind. You, they say you can't see from far away and you can't see up close. So you need bifocals. And I'm like, cool. It's 2 for $78, right? Because that's what the big sign says, 2 for $78. So they're like, no, that's for like just regular. And I'm like, well, what's it going to cost me? And they says, well, you get 2 pair of glasses, one set's free, but just the lenses are going to be about $450. And I'm like, they said because it's transitional, like bifocal. And then I'm like, now, give me a pair of up close glasses and give me a pair of far away glasses. So that's what I got. These are my up close glasses, and these are my far away glasses.
Oh, that's kind of funny. I just went for my eye checkup not too long ago, dude, and they put some stuff in my eye.
Oh yeah, they did that to me too.
that looks like a yellowy fluorescent, dude. I was blind. I was like, my phone's beeping, and I'm trying to look at my phone, and I couldn't even make it out.
Yeah, I mean, they're sitting there, they do this, and they're sitting there having me read this thing. It's like, okay, these type of lenses. I'm like, how am I supposed to read this? I can't even see. Everything's blurry because you put that stuff in my eyes. But you know what's messed up is I could have gone to VA and got my glasses for free. But if any of you guys out there are vets and you go to the VA, you know that it's a pain. It's wait, sit, and wait, and wait, and wait. And we just lost Ronnie. But yeah, now I ended up spending $200 on glasses instead of 500, I guess. So I don't know how they conned me out of the. It's supposed to be 2 for $79, and I ended up spending 200. But if I have to get bifocals, then I'll go to VA, I guess. Nice to have you back, Ronnie.
Wrong button. I was like, I gotta close some windows. I got way too many things open on my computer, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I X'd out the wrong one. That's not where I would have X'd out of.
But yeah, thanks everybody for coming tonight. Here in a little bit, we'll get into Ronnie's topic because it's his show. You know, we're going to talk about that gut feeling and, you know, how do you get it and what is that feeling? And we have a couple examples of, you know, how we use it or have used it in the past. But how's your week been, dude?
It's been good. I mean, I ended last month. What's this month? This is December. Last month, November, we did about 11.3 or 11.4. So that was really good. 11,300 something. So, I mean, sales have been really good. Keeping good pace this month. Should easily hit 10 this month. So, I mean, that's good. That's where I want to be, you know?
Yeah.
As long as I'm somewhere in that neighborhood, I'm good.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, I broke my buying freeze because it's been about a month, hasn't it? I did really well on the buying freeze. I got all this stuff knocked out in my office. I mean, I had piles and piles, and I got it all knocked out. So I went out, Kim and I went out the other day. We got some good stuff. We got one of those brand new sweater machines, one of those knitting machine things. Brand new. We got Kim today. Ronnie picked up a Starbucks barista machine, and our Salvation Army's been running 60% off because, and this is something to listen to, guys. These chain stores, their donations are just piling in, and our Salvation Army's running a 60% off sale. Not to just clear the floor. I mean, they're bringing stuff out with 60% off. So it's not one of these things they're just wanting to clear the shelves so they can put the new inventory in. They are literally bringing stuff out from the back, and that Starbucks barista machine, it's $150, pretty easy. It was marked $25 and 60% off of that, so it was about $10. So yeah, it's been good. Got a I mean, all kinds of stuff, man. I packed it all up in box or listed it. Got a satellite radio, new in the box. A one of those electronic pet feeders, you know. Those things are always good money. So
Hey, you did get a lot of new in-box stuff, though. You had a bunch of mouses,
yeah.
mices.
Oh, looky here. Guess who's been sick? Guess who has been sick?
A little one.
Yes. She hasn't been feeling good. Getting a little stuffy and cranky, and she loves coming in the office, dude. During the day I'm working, Katie will bring her in, and she wants to look over my shoulder, everything on the shelf, and touch everything, and knock over my mic and throw my mouse. But she is just getting big, and oh, look at her eyes there. That's my microphone. You want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi. No? Oh. Say hi to everybody.
Say hi, Addie. Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Oh, she just she just closed my thing. All right. That was the Addie moment.
Bye-bye.
But yeah, everything's been good, man. Can't complain. Got the tree up, got presents, all the Christmas shopping's pretty much done.
Christmas.
Things are good. eBay sales are coming in.
I got an anniversary this weekend.
Uh-oh. I've added about 100 listings over the past week. When's your anniversary, dude?
Saturday.
This coming up Saturday?
Yeah, I think so.
Happy anniversary, man. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, Saturday. I had to check. I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah, you better get that stuff in check, dude.
Got two of them. That's what happens when you get married twice to the same lady.
We got something to add to the shelf. Anybody know who that is?
Debbie Gibson. You gotta be kidding me.
That's an autograph, yeah. Dude, Debbie Gibson is awesome, man.
Was she the girl that sung that song? What was it? Boom, boom, boom. Go back to my room. Or was that Tiffany?
Probably Tiffany. Tiffany's the like nasty girl. I would say that Tiffany's nasty because she posed for Playboy, but I think Debbie did too. So, okay. Ronnie, do you have a gut feeling, man?
Right now, my gut's telling me it wants some cheesecake.
Yeah. You know, I think once you like get experience with anything, you know, there's people out there with street smarts. You know, there's people out there with book smarts and just life experience in general. You may have this idea that you can read people and or you can judge a situation. That's kind of your gut, okay? It's something that makes that light bulb in your head go off. If you don't mind, Ronnie, I'll go ahead and start with a really quick example of something that happened to me recently. And you need to separate the difference between a gut feeling and paranoia when it comes to being a seller on eBay. We're talking eBay, or really being a seller. You need to be able to separate paranoia that everybody's out to get you, all these buyers are trying to rip you off, and a gut feeling. Okay, I had an item for sale, and this guy was asked a question, and I'm like, he sent an offer. I had it priced at 40. He sent an offer for 20, and I came back at 35, and then I ended up saying 32.50 was the best I could do. And he's just started getting like real, well, does it work? It's like, it's a hot spot. I mean, you know, it's got a clean ESN number, and you know, it's been cleared through Verizon. It's, you know, as far as does it work as a hotspot? Yeah, it connects. It's good to go. And he goes, well, it's really not worth it. And I'm thinking, I mean, I just started, you could tell these like high maintenance buyers. Okay. And I actually had a counter offer out to him at 32.50, saying that's the best I can do. Well, I'm like, let me go check this guy. Went to his feedback, he said 100%. Then I looked to see he's not a seller. Okay. So then I went to feedback left for sellers. And it was negative, 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 negative. Okay. I mean, just a ton of negatives. And the guy's only been on since December. So not even a year. And he had like a ratio of negatives. It's like, this guy's bad news. So I went and I canceled my best offer and I blocked the dude because it was just that. It's like, I don't want to have to deal with this guy. He gave me that feeling. It's like, this guy's going to be trouble. He's going to be trouble. And so it caused me to go look and see. And sure enough, it showed that. And, you know, before anybody says, well, you know, you don't want to judge him, you know, but guys, we've been on eBay for years, and the ratio between good deals and bad deals is, I mean, I think he had like 35 feedback, and he, you know, so you could say, okay, he maybe had 50 transactions. Well, he's got 30 negatives that he's left of these 50. So chances are, you know, he didn't come across 30 bad sellers, okay, as a buyer. Chances are. And so that's why I made the decision. If I see somebody at least one or two, maybe they did have a bad experience but man, if you look and see that this guy leaves negatives for buyers, I mean, for sellers, then you need to consider that. Is he a high maintenance? What's his end game? And to me, it's not worth it. So I just went ahead and blocked him. And then he finally, I guess, once he saw that I canceled it, he sent me a message back saying, well, I could get a new one for 25 anyway. And I wanted to say, well, then why are you looking on eBay and spend $20 plus, you know, your $4 shipping? So why don't you just buy a new one? But I didn't say that. I just didn't even respond and let it go. But yeah, it happens. And double check. And the people who really have an issue with this, Ronnie, are those people that, and I know you know them too, the sellers out there that think everybody's out to get them. And there's a big difference between, you know, getting a sense about somebody and thinking everybody's out to get you. Everybody's out to get you.
Unfortunately, there are just people that are crazy.
Yeah, on both sides. Has anybody else in the chat had an issue like that here? I mean, it's just, you just get a feeling about something.
I mean, I have a negative feedback left from some crazy dude that he kept on claiming something was fake because after he washed it, the tag came loose. And it's like, dude, the hem tag has the name of the shirt and everything. And he was trying to accuse me of sewing it in there. I was like, dude, you got to be crazy. Yeah. And I seen the feedback. He only had like 6 feedback, and 3 of them he left was like negative. I'm like, eh. But I mean, I don't worry about it. That's the thing. I mean, you go through so many transactions some month. I mean, somewhere, somehow, somebody's going to be crazy, going to be that unhappy buyer that you can't do nothing about. You just let it slide. You know, sometimes you catch them, and sometimes you're like, you know what? I don't want to deal with it. Sometimes you don't have that ability to do it.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we say your gut feeling. I think it's just experience. I think it's your experience talking to you. There was something that I was listing, and as I was listening, I was just getting a bad feeling about it. You know, it's like, it just doesn't work the way I want it to work. And I don't know. My gut was telling me just toss it. Don't take the chance. And that's where I think it really is important, because once you get in this mind frame, and we're talking about your gut talking to you, and that's your, I don't want to say your conscious, but it's your experience talking to you. And because you get these feelings from past experience, and it's how do you handle it? It's like, do you take the chance for a buck? Okay. When your gut, it's being able to say it's not worth it, and then moving it to the side, or tossing it, or donating it. I've got a little pile of donate, and it went into the donate pile. So, but it's worth it, I think, in the long run. If you let your gut work for you. You ever go against your gut, Ronnie?
I never really go against it. I mean, I usually work with it. I mean, there's a few instances, like, where I have to spend up maybe more than I'm comfortable spending. And I take the risks, and I think about it, and usually there's no research. I can have an idea of what something's worth. Like, for instance, the cast iron frying pan I had, and it didn't help that you go, I can't find anything. And I'm like, damn, like, did I just spend $75 on something to, you know what I mean? It was like after a few minutes, I didn't even look it up right away. It was still a few hours later, and then I was like, oh no, I got something good. But
yeah,
initially, I mean, $75. And I have my wife in my ear, like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm like, we're good. Money's good. Like, what's wrong? Like, if worst case scenario, maybe we break even because it's a big enough frying pan. But I didn't have any idea it was going to be worth I was going to get $1,400 for it.
Yeah, but it was your experience telling you. And when we say gut, I think that's people may not, they think it's just some magical thing down there that it's your experience. It's your experience talking to you, and it's your head processing. It's your head processing what's going on in front of it. Okay. And that's what your gut is. That's your instinct to tell you, how have I dealt with this in the past? And you may not recall it, but it's enough of a feeling to say yay or nay. And I'll be the first to admit my gut's been wrong. I've been wrong. I can't remember the last time though.
I think, because the next week we went out, and, we went to the state sale at the garage, and I got a bunch of stuff that it was just going on that feeling, you know what I mean? And spent a few $100s. I mean, but we made our money back. That was just like, I did researching and didn't get anything that I researched. I went after stuff that was left over. When you're number like 9 and 10 in line, it's like, and they open up 3 different buildings. It's like, whoa, you go there, I'll go here. It's like, thank God I got my wife with me, cover more ground. But she's putting soul things on things, and it's like you're hoping that it's like, and then you're trying to wonder, because some of that stuff. Yeah. I'm still upset that I missed out on the one sign though. It haunts me at night, dude.
Oh shoot. Oh, thanks a lot, Angie. Yeah, that's a good example of my gut steering me wrong. Okay. I had a 25. Well, actually, it was about a $7,500 to a $9,000 copy machine. It sorts and staples, and it's an industrial grade, awesome piece. I sold it for $2,500 to this little old lady, probably 85, 90-year old. They got a moving truck. They came to my house to pick it up, and they asked if they could make payments on it after they got here, of course. And I'm like, yeah. So I wrote out a contract, and I got $100 down for it, and they were going to have it paid off within no time. And my gut told me, because I'm a very good judge of character, but Kim is better. And I said, okay. And That's the last I heard of her. Well, no, we talked to her a couple times, but she's a con artist. She's a thief. And oh yeah, she's pathetic. And I still have the option to go after her in court and stuff like that, but I haven't done it. And I mean, I'm at zero on it because I paid $99 for it and I got $100 down payment from her. So, but yeah, my gut was wrong on that and I can admit it. And thanks, Angie, for bringing it up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, we dragged you through the coals on that one, but
yeah. Well, I deserved it. I deserved it.
You got it in your own house probably every day. I mean, you don't have to look far to get it from somebody else telling you that was a bad idea.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. And I mean, we aren't really out of any money, but it's just the whole idea. It's just it's the principle of it that really bugs me. And this lady, I tell you what, guys, I mean, I don't know how she could be such a crook. It's like you've been through your entire life. You've had to have, is there not a point in time to where you're like, I'm going to be a good person? Or are you just, if you're a crook at 20, 30, 40, 50, do you stay a damn crook until you die? I mean, is that because I don't know. I'm not a crook. So, I mean, that just, thanks, Angie. I am pissed now.
Oh, Angie.
And Angie's a sweetheart. By the way, that's Treasured Vintage in the chat, guys. So, yeah, give her some love. Yeah, Nelson says crooks come in all shades. They do. But I tell you what, I just, yeah, she was in prison for 60 years. She owns a business, a little copy store or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I'm afraid to go there because, I mean, Kim will walk in and say, this is mine, grab it and roll it outside and destroy it before she'll get. Kim's more aggressive when it comes to that than I am with that old lady because, yeah. If it was a guy, I would bet. No, Kim. Ooh, Kim's the one that called her. And it's like, look, lady. She goes, oh, I'm so sorry. You're so sweet. Still trying to play it. Yeah.
I could not, dude. I mean, you took it very well because old lady, not old lady.
I know, man.
I'll drive a car through the front door of your freaking business and take back my shit.
Yeah,
I'm worried about the consequences later of whatever stupid actions I've been in those situations before. Action first, and then start to rethink about what I did. And,
no, her company doesn't sell copy machines. She has a print shop. She like, if you have a print job, you take it to her and she'll print. And she kept saying, we've got a big contract with the city here, and so I'll get your money to you soon. And but yeah, but
I would have never did the payments, man.
I know.
You wouldn't believe how many people when I used to try to sell cars on Craigslist, when Craigslist was hot in like the early 2000s. Like, unbelievable. People coming to you being like, oh, can we have the car? You keep it in your name and we'll make payments. And I'm like, no, full cash or trade. What do you have to trade?
Dude, and that's how I normally am. I'm just cash on hand. I mean, but it was a whole situation to where she played it very well. She did. It's been like over a year, hasn't it? It's been maybe almost 2 years.
It's been at least a year.
Yeah, it's probably been a couple. But yeah, I mean, I think I still have like 6 years to go after her, but
dude, they're gonna say pick up the printer. It's not gonna be worth.
I think we're at the point now to where she shows no intention of paying me back, or paying me. Yeah, she
definitely no. That's like one of those things too. I mean, where you sue her for $2,000 or whatever the price was, she doesn't show up to court, and they automatically will triple or whatever the top is, what, $5,000 in small court or whatever, small claims, because she don't reply. But it's getting the money from these people half the time, which is a pain in the butt. Then if they don't pay, you got to go and get the lien and all this bullshit.
Dude, she went as far as changed her number. She changed her number, and a fellow reseller in Panama City says, "Hey, let me go check at her shop." Sure enough, they had the new phone number on the window at their shop, and we got that number that way. So, but yeah, thanks for relighting this, Angie. I'll talk to Kim. Maybe we can do something, and I don't know. That'd be a good repo video, huh?
That would be. You'd have to go to the police station first before you repo anything and tell them the situation, and go there with them as escort. Because I almost became a repo driver, like, I don't know, 15 years ago. And I was thinking about it, but I couldn't drive a tow truck very well.
Yeah, I've got all the serial number and all that on the machine, and I actually had the print count and everything else. So, does somebody make a good point? VidPot says aggressive questions is a dead giveaway when it comes to, these buyers. That's true, and sometimes it's not true. Because there are certain categories like vintage electronics or things that buyers records. You may have some very aggressive people asking you questions, especially if you're not super descriptive in your listing, because these are collectors, and collectors can be anal. That doesn't make them bad buyers, but they just want to know what they're getting before they buy it. So you almost have to use your gut and experience and think, well, okay, what's this item that I'm going to be selling? And a lot of times you can look for the way they ask a question. Are they setting you up to be able to come back and say, well, it's not like you said it was? Because they can actually use a statement in a message, during a transaction to say, no, like say it's a projector. They say, does it work 100%? Does, everything work perfectly on it? And you're like, yeah, it does work perfectly. It runs the speed properly, but with the bulb, with anything, we can't guarantee how long that'll last. And these do have rubber belts in them. So there's a chance that, the rubber can go out of it sometime soon. So you kind of have to know what you're talking about whenever you're selling an item. And the more detail they get with their questions, you can really hang yourself if you don't answer the right way. But yeah, my gut wasn't too good on that one.
Sometimes you win. I mean, I don't know. You just move on.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Well, that's what I did till Angie brought it up again. No,
it's still
I'm
no
just playing
reason.
with you, Angie. Let's see, Ronnie. Oh, there's a question there. You got it?
Yeah. I was trying to think if I had, I mean, I think one of the worst, like, buying, like, where my gut told me not to buy something was, like, I don't know, a bunch of years ago, back when I used to sell cars kind of regularly. There was this damn freaking Range Rover. It was just too clean, but it wouldn't start in the lot. And I thought it was because of the battery. Turned out the damn thing freaking had a blown head gasket.
Yeah.
And I think they disconnected the dealer that brought it there. I think disconnected something so it wouldn't turn over, so you couldn't, I was messing with it for a few minutes, trying different things, and I'm like, oh, must have a dead battery, no big deal. And then after we wind up getting the thing fixed, about a few hundred miles later, the transmission had an issue.
Yeah.
The truck wouldn't go into reverse. It was like, what the?
Yeah, I mean, with anything, guys, if you're buying something expecting it to work, then you need to make sure it works before you buy it. How about this, Ronnie? When you go out to a yard sale or estate sale and you ask, does it work? And they're like, oh yeah, it works great. Do you believe them? Or do you like, okay, I'm buying this with the chance that there's a good chance it won't work? Or do you want to actually find out if it works before you, well, I know how you are. You just bought a car that wouldn't start.
Yeah, but that it was because we went through for a really good deal because it wouldn't start. I mean, even though I had the engine ripped apart, that fixed, and even though the transmission later got fixed, I still broke even on that car. It was a headache, a lot of money out of my pocket, but I didn't lose money. But anytime you broke even on a car, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
You got money tied up in something, and it's like, you know, you go through all this time trying to diagnose issues and everything, and at the end of the day, you waste all this time, and time is money, man.
Yeah.
I lost the chat. There it is. All right. I can't think of any other gut feelings, though.
You get this question, what do you guys think about stores that have an account photo and account description versus not doing that? I feel buyers do look at this stuff.
Account photo? You mean like just a regular, like when they put it, like it just comes up a generic picture and a generic thing. They don't really have any description of the item.
What do you guys think about stores that have an account photo? Are you talking about the stock photos? Yeah, I'm assuming that's what like the stock photo listings. And I assume that when I see a stock photo, it's brand new, because if that's what the manufacturer uses, then I'm assuming that it's a I won't buy anything if it doesn't have a photo at all. I mean, now we're going back to the old days of eBay where you're just kind of guessing. You see a lot with no photo. I won't buy something without a photo. And unless I'm buying a brand new item, I don't mind seeing a stock photo for like batteries or something like that. But the user account page. Oh, I don't think that's a big deal. Yeah,
I have absolutely no idea what they're talking about.
You know, like if I click on your feedback, you know, you've got the picture up there.
Yeah.
You can pick that picture, and if you click that, it'll say, my name's Ronnie Hart. I'm a reseller from Cape Cod. And I mean, you can have your little bio.
I think mine does say that, though.
But yeah.
But I mean, I don't think it means any. I mean,
yeah.
Remember before they had the me thing, and you would fill out like all this stuff and yada yada yada. I don't think it's, you know, that's probably when eBay was more of a community thing. eBay is strictly business now. I mean, I remember when people used to put in their listings like, all my money goes to fund my car or this or that project. You know, you don't see that really too much anymore.
Yeah.
And nobody really, and everybody cuts back on descriptions now because it's all cell phone, you know, thing. Nobody wants to go through all this stuff, you know.
Well, simple's better. It used to be the prettier your listing was, you know, then the better you did. But now it's, it's just a bunch of mess.
I remember the templates that I used to have, like when we used to sell sports cards, man. They'd be like sirens going on.
Oh yeah,
all this thing.
And you had this much of disclaimers, you know. If you do not pay within, then you will be blah 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 blah. Shipping there, shipping there, shipping this, and I mean, there's a big, huge paragraph. It's like, man, I don't even mess with that anymore. Nelson says, I do take chances with certain electronics. I know it sounds nuts. Dude, I'm with you. But I when you say you're taking a chance with electronics, for somebody that's never done vintage electronics or electronics, then they don't really know that, okay, even if this doesn't work, can I still get in it at the right money to make it if I have to sell it for parts? Or this is a very desired model, so I'm going to take a chance on it and stuff like that. So it depends on what it is. It's minimizing your risk, and that's what it is. It's all about your experience. It's, my gut feeling is going to be different than Ronnie's. He'll have a lot better impulse than what I will when it comes to buying a high-end pair of shoes.
Yeah, I mean, it also goes in sense like back to actually the gut feeling thing. I was thinking of a bad feeling where I picked up a bunch of fake jackets, and I didn't know too much about them and bought them, and they're still sitting a few $100s of fake jackets at the thrift store.
Yeah, but have you did it though, knowing pretty much? I mean, your gut's telling you.
At the time, my gut was saying, "We're in the money. We're in the money."
So you were just oblivious to.
You know what? I mean,
was there a sense of you saying, "No, this is too good to be true"?
Nah, because they looked normal, but what caught me off guard was they had sizing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 of them were like that, and all of a sudden one it was like extra large. I'm like, that's not supposed to be like that. So I did more research on it and everything like that. And the sad part was I see people selling them that are like that, and they're getting away with it. So I don't know if the buyers themselves are not educated on what they're buying, you know what I mean? Or not. I mean, I'm not risking my account to get my money back. It's not worth it. I take it as a loss. It happens. No big deal. Move on. It's not going to break me. It's not going to make me. I'm still here.
Yeah, and I think that's really important, because by you saying that, it's also that experience that once you're doing this for a while, then you become an old wise one, and it's that experience that tells you. I mean, back in the day, is there a chance that you would have risked it? It's like, no, screw this. I want to get some of my money back out of this, and I'm going to try. I mean, you and I both know people nowadays that they're going to try to sell it and take the chance, even knowing that it probably isn't going to work. But they're still
maybe 10, 15 years ago, or even if I was part-time, maybe I would have said, screw it. If somebody contacts me, I'll play stupid and say, oh, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I didn't know. They told me, and just play the game. Like, it's good, but I don't want to list something like that and get a vehicle strike and have all kinds of issues like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I stay away from Gucci crap. I stay away from, oh my gosh, Nike or whatever it is.
No, I think the funniest thing is whenever somebody goes to a thrift store, and it's like, is this Louis bag real? No, you know how many Louis Vuitton bags are on thrift stores? And 99.9999999 are fake. There's not too many real ones. Not at all. Nobody pays $1,000 for a bag and just donating it most of the time. There's so many fakes. You go everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's huge stores full of fakes. You go to New York, and I don't know who I was talking to, that they're like, oh, I have a ton of, oh, it's somebody here. Oops. No, she said that she buys nice stuff. She's like, oh yeah, whenever I'm in New York, I go to this place and it's got every single bag you could possibly want, and she stocks up. And I'm like, damn.
When we were kids, we went into the city and used to buy stuff. My dad used to buy stuff and things, and my dad probably knew they were fake, but us as kids, we didn't know. And I don't think most other people thought they were fake either, because it was like, people thought, oh shit, look at what they got, as kids. And then find out later on we were rocking some fake polo or fake freaking Nike shorts and stuff like that. Nike pants. It's like, man.
Okay, guys, in the chat, feel free to call yourself out, but has your gut just totally devastated you and you were so wrong that it hurts you as far as losing money? If so, let's see it in the chat. I mean, because everybody can say, yeah, I my gut, has made me money. RT707, Pioneer, reel to reel. I've gone through 3 of those recently. Yeah. Do you ever have a bad gut feeling about a buyer? I just sold a Pioneer trucks. That's a Pioneer RT707. Buyer wants me to package well and had a bunch of other demands. Return requested today. That's why you should have gotten a hold of me with that 707 and I'd have taken it off your hands. Yeah, I love the RT707s and the 909s.
You had some where somebody sent one back to you, didn't you? Not too little reason.
No, I had one that got, yeah, I did have a reel-to-reel come back to me. I don't think the guy knew how to use it because I got it back and it worked perfect. Worked perfect. And it sold again and got positive feedback. So I don't go back and say, well, this guy just ripped me off. Yeah, Drew, the California picker, found some Barbies, man. I remember that Barbie I found, that like 1959 or 1960 Barbie? Got like $150 out of it, or 250, something like that.
You spent about 8 hours researching it.
Yeah, it took me forever, man. Because it was such good condition. I mean, the earrings hadn't even turned green. It's like, dang.
And then you even had the lady from England or whatever.
Yeah. Is that Beef and B? I think it was Beef and B. That's a big, somebody in United Kingdom. She's big into Barbies. But yeah, it was the #1, I believe. I think. Well, no, I think it was a #1. It was like a transition one because the body was like chalky. If you'll know what I mean. If you let it set, it'll turn chalky. Yeah.
I would say it was between a 2 and a 3.
I can't remember. Yeah, I may have been. Oh, you got a 707? Yay, that guitar sold, man. You should have said something. I sold that guitar for $150. So, do you guys use collection category? No. No. Oh, that's funny.
I've seen it, and what I don't have the. It's like.
I have people telling me that it's the best thing since sliced bread, but they couldn't explain it well enough to talk me into it.
I watched a video on it about a few months, well, maybe it was a while back, about it, and I was just like,
no.
It's like maybe it would do good, but nah. I think it would work something more better for someone like myself, maybe.
Yeah.
But because you get so many different things. I don't know. What else? Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I didn't see anybody here stick their neck out and say they lost their ass. Yeah.
I almost lost. I was, there was a sign I was thinking about at Brimfield when we went there in May that was kind of shady as hell. And anytime you see like a $3,000-$4,000 sign, somebody's asking it. I think it was $1,200 for, or $1,000. Something's not right.
Yeah.
I was rubbing my hand against it, and the paint just did not feel right. Because it's porcelain, but it didn't feel right. And the guy's like, "Oh, that's a real one." I'm like looking at the back of the sign, looking it over real well.
Yeah.
I'm like, something's not right. And I know that sign was 20 by 30, and I have a measuring thing on my keychain. I was trying to measure it, and it seemed off on the measurements, even like 19 by 28 or something like that.
Oh, that's so funny, Lonnie. You're right.
But there's so many fake stuff coming out now, like vintage advertising stuff out of India. It's crazy.
Yep. Hey, Drew, here's a good something to go by. Okay. You're an old vinyl guy. Okay. Pretty much look at the Barbies like the vinyl. Okay. You go buy a bunch of vinyl and you buy a bunch of Barbie stuff. Okay. You know, you're going to cherry pick the vinyl. You're going to look through the vinyl and you're going to find the ones that are good and will sell by themselves. You need to do that with the Barbies, or do that with any. If you get a ton of Littlest Pet Shop, go through them, because you may have $100 one in there, or a $50 one in there. Go through them, and that's how you educate yourself on this stuff. Whether it be, and trust me, if you figure out which Barbies or what year and what do you look for on a Barbie that will tell you it's this year, like a hole in the foot, you know, where they can stick them in the stands. They have certain ways of telling. And what you're doing is you're educating yourself. So instead of just taking it all, throwing it in a lot and saying, this is what it is, take some time, educate yourself on it, cherry pick it. There might be an outfit in there that could be worth $50 to $100 just for that one Barbie outfit. And it's the same with anything, guys. It doesn't, when you buy something, when you get a bunch of one thing, slides, go through them, cherry pick them, look, educate yourself on what is good content in a slide. I mean, I just got some that had a active volcano in Hawaii. It's like, these are cool slides. And a ton of aerial photographs from Hawaii. But yeah, it's all about, you know, going through them, cherry picking, finding what's good, because you can get your money back just in one, and you can spread your money out. There's nothing wrong with lotting the stuff together, but it's all about getting that education on this, becoming proficient in this. And the next time you come across a single Barbie sitting there, you can go, okay, that Barbie could be worth some money because it's got this, it's got that, it's got this. And because you've got some education in it, you need just enough to get you to ask the questions of yourself and to figure out what to look for. So, and it's the same with anything, really. Anything. Records. Don't go buy 125 records and get them home and list 125 records. Okay? Go through them. You know, check out, you know, do a sampling of it, at least at bare minimum, do a sampling. But yeah, video games, same way. Don't. This is what was so cool when I bought that. What was it called? Very expensive games in this gaming system. Anyway, instead of getting the games and just listing all the system and all the games, I mean, these games were, I was getting $200 for the games, and it was a something 16 TurboFlex. Yeah, the TurboFlex.
Turbo graphics.
Yeah, TurboGrafx. Yeah, the TurboGrafx. And going research and looking up the game, it's like, man, I'm splitting every single bit of this up. And that's what it ended up happening. Have you ever sold a vintage vacuum? Dude, I love vacuums. I love the Electrolux. I part them out. I clean them up. Yeah, I like those. Chad, I got some Panaview slides, new in pack 5, sell together or split up. Chances are those Panaviews, those are souvenir packs. Those typically don't have much value at all. But with me saying that, double check them, because you may have a pack in there that might bring a lot more than what generally a pack, you know, 4, 5, 6. Because I think I've seen some 50 packs of them sell for like $15. So Yeah, those are souvenir. The Panaview slides are souvenir slides.
I don't even have a clue what that is.
They're mass produced. They're slides, like locations, Disney World, the
I
Grand
gotcha.
Canyon, Six Flags. I
Yeah.
mean, for everything, Indy 500. I mean, for everything, they had souvenir slides.
Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing with postcards.
Same. That's
I've
the
noticed.
exact same thing.
I've
Yep.
noticed with postcards, like if you have a Niagara Falls, Disney World, New York City, it's kind of they're not really worth as much because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
But then you get some Povoke town in the middle of Michigan, and all of a sudden, you can get good money for it. It's really weird.
Yeah. It's all about content. I mean, it's all the same game with so much of this stuff. It's pretty much the same thing.
Somebody else had a question here. Question: do you always put in the UPC on new items, or just hit? Oh, they just hit. Doesn't reply. No, if I remember right, sometime coming soon, you have to have that UPC in there to have that item listed. If I'm not mistaken, because they want to have like a catalog to try to find everything, new items anyway. There's certain new items that you can do it, like vintage stuff and things like that. And a lot of Brooks Brothers stuff, the UPCs don't even work. You put them in, they don't even work. So, I mean, if it has it, I put it in to see if it takes it. If it takes it, I'm good. If it doesn't take it, I just press do not apply.
Yeah. Here you go, Andrew. I'm sending you a picture of the one I just listed today. No, I do not cover them up. I do not cover them up. If they're nudie slides, no, people want to see what they're buying.
Nudie slides.
Oh yeah, all you have to do is put a watermark on there to keep people from printing it off, But I think I sent that to the wrong person. Yeah, that's not good. No. Yeah, UPC codes, you better put them in there. If you got a new item, it's got a barcode. That's the only thing I use this for. That's it. Is to scan when I'm listing something that's got a barcode. That's it. So
I have mine. Mine's not even plugged in anymore.
do you sell any porn slides if you come across them? You must be talking about nudity. Yeah, I will. And they're good. Dude, when I was talking about my slides, I'm not going to say the guy's name, but when I was talking, I had to do my slide video, and I was talking about the nude slides. So we were talking about what sells well, content. Well, the nude women, the nude men. I think the nude men actually sell 2 or 3 times better than the nude women, to be honest with you. And I was talking about stuff like that, and then somebody asking a question, how much for a nude slide of Kim? I'm like, dude, how disrespectful can you get? He's like, well, you're the one that's selling nude slides. I'm like, what's that got? I mean, these people, they chose to go in front of a camera, What's that got to do with, disrespecting my wife? And then I told him he'd never be able to afford it anyway. But,
I gotta pimp Kim out.
uh,
Indecent slide.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a moral thing for some people. It's not for me. It's not. It's not that I don't know. It's a lot of
Sex
people look at it
sells.
as art.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Thanks, Drew. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, that's an old one. That's 50s or 60s.
Do you have to put those in a certain category or no?
Well, okay. Without upsetting many people, when you have full frontal, okay, if the bottom's showing it all, then it needs to go into the adult section.
The bottom.
If you have the breasts, on the female, I don't know the guy. I've never sold a nude guy, but it can go in from the something from the 40s or something like that. So, but yeah, it's I've sold every single one I've ever listed. So they do sell. Yep.
Kinky.
It's not kinky. I mean, I'm big into 8mm movies. Well, guess what? Back in the 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, the pornos were on 8mm movies or Super 8s. That's just a part of that genre, that collection, that it existed. And there's a very high demand for it nowadays. I mean, it's no different than selling a Playboy magazine from the 60s or 70s. I don't know when it started. But I mean, it's, you can be decent about it. I don't sit there. My titles, I do not say hot, sexy woman. I just put nude. I mean, I don't try to keyword kill it, Yeah. Yeah. eBay has an adult section under, I think we'll do a video here shortly on the everything else section. Yeah. Yes, you can sell porn DVDs on eBay in the adult section.
You could sell everything on eBay.
You can sell homemade porn videos if you want.
Just dude, that's private labeling right there.
I tell you what, the amateur, that's one thing to look for if you're selling, or if you have like a Polaroid picture from the 70s or something, a woman that's nude or something like that. A good keyword is amateur, because it's the amateur stuff that people like. It's not mass produced. It's a one of one type thing. So yeah. Camille, my daughter just asked if I sold porn. No, we're not, we're not trying to talk people in it. It's just a part of the business, guys. It's just a part of the business. Yeah. And some people, it's morally, they're against it, and that's okay. That's okay. Just please don't judge me, because I will sell it all day, every day. As long as it's not illegal or immoral on my part, I'm good. I'm good.
That's just one of those things I'm not too crazy about.
Yeah. I'd be more worried about the women out there selling dirty socks and dirty bras, because that's who you need to be worried about. That's just nasty.
Every once in a while I see that on Craigslist. I'm like,
oh my gosh, man.
Like, why?
Yeah. You sell it, I buy it. Yeah. Anything else, folks? Dude, it's been an hour.
Yay.
We made it.
Yay.
Hey, I talked to Deb.
Who's
Ronnie?
Deb?
Yeah, Pinching Pesos. And
never heard of her.
I think we're up for a call-in show this week. Whoop whoop. Would you guys like to see another call-in show? That went well, actually.
What day would that be?
Friday or Saturday, one of the two.
Well, Saturday I would not be available. Just saying.
And it's Friday. Friday night. Friday night.
His size 26 used panties.
Jeezy. Yeah.
Yo. Be like a movie Shallow Hal when he's holding up the. Never mind.
Oh, the Selena in the red. That's awesome. That was in the Astrodome. Yeah, that's an awesome picture. And they're looking to come out with a TV series, Selena, to tell her story. Chris Perez, her husband, is working on it, and I guess Selena's dad just is fighting him in court, saying that he doesn't have the right to do it. So for us fans, we would like to see it, but I sure don't like to see the fighting going on between the families. So
Wait, see what?
I don't, huh?
What is he trying to do?
Her husband is working on making this series
Oh,
for TV, and her dad, doesn't, for some reason, is fighting it, saying he doesn't have the right to do it.
because he probably wants in on it.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying, but
That's how it is. It's like, dude, you see him in the movie?
yeah.
Pay up.
Yeah.
No
I
pay.
mean, I don't want to see I wish they could have that fight, privately. But they're already in court about it. He went to court and he filed some paperwork. So, but we'll see how it goes. I just hate seeing the
I'm surprised they haven't done anything. Like I would be surprised if you need to get someone's permission because you see all these other shows. I mean, they've been on the shows and like
you can have something that's authorized and not authorized, but there's still like anything that makes money. It's a long story, but Chris kind of signed his rights away 2 months or 2 weeks or 2 months after she passed away. So he wasn't in the right frame of mind. He didn't care about anything, I mean, he just lost his wife and he's like, I don't even care about life anymore. I don't care what you do, blah, 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 blah. And now it's, so I don't know. It's just a sad situation, but I would really, anything that has to do with Selena, I would enjoy watching. I would enjoy it. As spouse, he doesn't have authorization. Oh, it's a question. Well, I think he may have signed some of that away. So yeah, it's just a bad overall situation. So,
any last words, homie?
Guys, this is the time. This is Christmas time. This is a really important. If you can ship this priority, you're going to start seeing, if you're new, if this is your first time, you're going to start seeing about the 12th or 13th. People are going to be like, can you please send this priority? Please, please, please. Okay. Try to work with your customers. Try to, when you're listing stuff, list it, give them the option to pay for priority shipping. Okay. Because you're going to see how instead of taking 2 to 3 days for a priority to get to where it's going, it can take 7 to 9 days. And just be very honest and be quick about your shipping. That's really important during this holiday season because there's going to be people that wait till the end and then they want their stuff tomorrow. Try to accommodate and be honest with them. If you can't do it, it's not worth the money if you knowingly cannot get it to them. Be honest. There's no way I'm going to be able to get that to you unless you pay for next day shipping, next day service. So be serious about this because this is the time of the year where a lot of people lose a lot of rankings with their eBay. And people, if they do not, make sure people are going to be buying for Christmas presents. So make sure that if you're selling something that's new, that customer, what they get should be new. It's really important.
Yes, sir. I agree with you. Last word. Just keep listening, keep pushing along, keep selling because people are buying.
Yep. Bye, guys. Have a good one.
See ya.